You are now listening to Sports and Stuff, live Fridays from 12 to 1 p.m.
The only place where two college students join together to create the kings of sports. What is up, Sportscast? Welcome to the Sports and Stuff show, the dynamic duo of sports. I'm Carter.
I'm Adam.
And let's get right into it. On the agenda today, we have our normal weekly updates. We're going to talk about Boise State athletics, Idaho high school playoffs, the Odell Beckham Jr. frenzy that's going on. We're going to talk about Mike White and him potentially being over Zach Wilson.
Mike White.
A little bit of info on the MVP race. Talk about the huge week of upsets in the NFL we saw. We'll talk about the ref ball game and Bears versus Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, and we'll make our game picks.
Oh yes, that'll be. We have quite the agenda, you know. Yeah, I feel like we say this every week though.
Every week.
Dude, I feel like this week
there's been a lot of stuff the last few weeks.
Yeah, I don't.
Sports are crazy right now.
Last week we had like not enough space for everything.
Right.
The last 2 weeks we have not enough space.
I know,
for
we
everything.
went way over.
There's so many stuff. Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, like he said, the casual weekly updates, we'll be starting with those. Starting off with kind of the website. You know, we had a little bit of a remodel. Still trying to figure out how the websites work.
Yeah.
I'm not really great at websites, not the best at making websites, as you may tell. But yeah, we will be having articles on the website as well. We had our first MLB article and Gabe's first article, Gabe Eaker.
Thank you, Gabe.
Is that how you say his last name?
Aker.
Gabe Aker. Yeah, I definitely did not say it wrong the first time. But yeah,
I did the same thing for months.
But yeah, dude, that's the most embarrassing thing for me is saying
people's names wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, it was I really liked that article. Did you read it?
I've read it before. He showed me before.
Yeah, it was really good. It was talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates and how they essentially traded away all their great pitchers.
Told you he's a good writer.
Man, yeah, it was really great. So check that out if you have not already, and along with the other articles we have on the website already. So just make sure to check those out. We'll be making a few tweaks to the website as time goes on, so also just be mentally prepared for that. On to social media, TikTok, we booming.
Once
Call
again.
God. Yeah. As always, we have 3.1 thousand followers now. I think we had 2.6 last time. So in a whole week we had like
500 more.
Yeah, that's insane.
And you said it right this time.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, because I wrote it specifically 3.1K.
Yeah.
It's kind of not that hard to mess it up when you write handicaps in there, for you. We also, our last video, that was at 75,000 the week before, 2 weeks ago. Then it made it to 150. Now it's at 250. So, oh my goodness.
I don't know what's going on, but it's a hit.
Man, dude, it jumped up 75,000. Then it jumped up a whole another 100,000. So
300K by next week?
Maybe. Dude, well, I did make a goal that we
Maybe it's 300K by the time this airs.
Maybe.
At this rate.
Dude, I don't even know. It's been pretty crazy. And it's only like a 7-second video. Just me dropping a ball. I thought that video was gonna be a bust, not gonna lie. But
you never know.
You never know. But yeah, and we also, as you know, we like to give out shout outs on here. The first one is _Tuli Yao. I'm sorry, I absolutely butchered that name.
Yeah, that wasn't right.
Would you like to give it a try? I should have asked him beforehand.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, but I am very grateful.
Tulio?
I don't know.
That's what I'd guess.
Yes, but thank you so much for listening to the show. He said that he's listened to every single episode, which I am super grateful for. And
well, we need to learn his name then.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was so mad. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but we are very grateful that you listen to the show. We're very happy, and yes. And the second one is Ashterson 1411, and thank you for listening to the show as well. If you like to get a shout out, just make sure to be the first to comment on our posts, and we will give you a shout out in the later episodes.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go to Boise State athletics. So football, we beat the brakes off of Fresno State, 40-14 on the road. Are we good?
Dude, okay.
Are we a good football team? I don't understand.
What are we doing? Dude, are we just okay.
We lost to Air Force at home, and then blew out Fresno State on the road.
Yeah, number 23, Fresno State. I think they're 25 now. I'm assuming.
I think they were. I thought they were 25.
Dude, I don't know. They're
I
ranked.
highly
They were
doubt
ranked.
they're ranked anymore.
Yeah, dude, that was. Dude, how do we absolutely destroy Fresno State on the road
Right
but
after
straight
losing
up?
to Air Force at home.
Yeah, that's a great A. You know, like I don't even know what to do this season. Like this has been a whole
they're
roller
not
coaster.
ranked.
They're not ranked anymore.
No.
Yeah, man, that's. Dude, I don't. What is up with Boise State? Like, we played really great on the road because we had BYU upset.
Beat 10th ranked BYU on the road.
Yeah, and then at home we can't win a game.
Yeah, I don't
Dude.
know. I don't get it.
The
It's
only
not like the fans aren't there. It's not like we're
Yeah.
not yelling.
yeah, like I think if I'm not mistaken, the only home game we won was UTEP.
Yeah.
Man,
We got robbed against Oklahoma State.
yeah, that one should have been a
Absolutely
win.
robbed.
Yeah,
Got
that was-
outplayed by Nevada.
Yeah,
What-
that
what
was.
can you do? And I don't want to talk about Air Force.
Oh my goodness, that was
That
was
oh my
embarrassing.
gosh, that was really bad.
man. I talked to Bob Bueller. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. So, do you know who Bob Bueller is?
Maybe not ringing a bell.
Yes, we all know who Bob Bueller is. He does the sports commentating for Boise State.
Oh.
So, kind of a big deal, you know. But we're
I go to all the games. I just go.
yeah, he does. I don't know if he does it for like the Boise, like, he does it for Boise State, and he's like, he won Sportscaster of the Year in Idaho for like multiple years. He's like
Nice.
the undisputed champion for that. But he straight up called me yesterday because we're like on like we're friends, you know.
Yeah.
But we just talked about Boise State football and basketball for like a solid like 20 minutes. It
That's
was so
awesome.
fun. But yeah,
So up against Wyoming this Friday, and I'm worried.
yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
a team that's probably worse than us, and we're at home. So you'd think it's a win, but that's the type of game we've been losing, you know? So,
I know, right?
I mean, we'll see how it goes. Wyoming is off of a minor upset against Colorado State.
Mhm.
Let's hope that we can carry the good momentum and keep it going rather than keep alternating like, you know, we're the saints of college football or something.
Man, I don't even know. Like, fun fact: my very first Boise State game I went to was 2 years ago from yesterday. No, it wasn't 2 years ago. It was 2019. I think it was 3 years ago.
2019 was two.
2. I think it was 2018 actually, because it was my brother's freshman year and I was a junior in college or high school.
Okay.
But it was against Wyoming. It went into overtime. It was 17-17. Went into overtime. I don't know. We also wore black uniforms. I think we're wearing black this week too,
Sweet.
which is kind of cool. But like, yeah, we won that game. This game, I don't even know.
I don't know, man.
And going back to the Fresno State. So as you may know, I am the sports reporter for Boise State, and I wanted to get a photo for my article because I wrote a game review for this article, and I wanted one with the quote unquote milk can, but I didn't know it was called the milk can. Have you seen those photos?
Yeah.
Where they're holding it? It was called the milk can. So what I did was I didn't know what it was called, so I looked at Hank Bachmeier's post on his Instagram, and it said the milkshake jug, and that's what he called it. So I emailed one of the Boise State athletic directors, and I asked him if he had a photo of players with the milkshake jug,
Oh,
and
boy.
he said, "FYI, it's milk can." And I was like, I just embarrass myself in front of one of the athletic directors? I'm like, "Yep, I did." That was very awkward, not gonna lie.
You
And
gotta do what you gotta do, man.
no one corrected me until I sent that email. Like, I was referring to it as a milkshake can, what milk thing, and no one corrected me until now, until after I sent that email. I'm like, thank you guys.
Well, so that's what's coming up on Friday. I can't shake the uneasy feeling, but
Especially
We'll
at
see.
home.
yeah.
If it was a away game, easily.
Right. Which- whatever.
Oh my.
Basketball wise, season opener last night. We're recording this on Wednesday, so Tuesday night we beat Utah Valley 76-56. It was the first couple minutes, Utah Valley honestly looked better.
Yeah.
And then it was never close after that. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, it was a really, really good performance actually, especially getting hit in the mouth a little bit at the beginning. Utah Valley's big guy is awesome. He
Yeah.
was so good, and completely shut him down in the second half. And yeah, it was a big win. They made a little bit of a push, cut it to like 10 at one point, but cut it or boosted it right back to like 15. So
Mhm.
ended up with a 20-point win. Not a huge crowd, but the crowd that was there, they were buzzing.
Mhm.
Yeah, performances from the dance team, cheerleaders throwing little mini basketballs in the crowd. I caught one.
I saw that on
I
your
caught one.
story.
Moss somebody for it, mind you.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
that was not in my area. That was a great catch.
Can we get a highlight reel of you catching that?
We need that. We need that. But yeah, that was a good win. We should be pretty good in the Mountain West this year.
Mhm.
There should be some really good teams in the Mountain West, so the conference games are going to be important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've won 20 games. What is it, like 8 of the last 9 years, something like that? So I
Yeah.
think that's definitely a reasonable expectation again.
Mhm.
Next game, UC Irvine on Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
The next home game isn't until like Friday the 26th, while we're on Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, of course.
So I
Oh,
think the
goodness.
next home game that we'll go to is early December. But
Mhm.
definitely an encouraging start from the basketball team, and hopefully we keep it rolling. UC Irvine did not look good in their first game, so
Nope, not at all. Yeah, the for the basketball game, looking at the stats, it was kind of weird because they won by 20 points, but the stats were kind of like deceiving, you know.
it
They
was a
only
very balanced game.
yeah, like
Nobody really took over,
yeah, I mean,
I'd say.
it was like well, if you look at the threes, like the 3 point, I think it was like 20% the whole game. They
Hmm.
made like 4 of 20 threes.
It didn't seem like either team was shooting that many threes.
Yeah,
It was a lot of going to the basket. It was
it was kind of
interesting.
weird. Yeah, it was like
Well, for them it makes sense. They ran through
mhm,
their big guy, but our whole team was slashing up and down the
yeah.
court. There were some nice dunks at one point.
Mhm.
After they cut it to 10, we turned them over twice in a row and got 2 awesome dunks. It was cool.
Yeah, and it was like that was the thing, the turnovers. I think we had like 20 steals, I think,
The
18 to
defense
20.
looked good.
Yeah, and then uh I think the other team, Utah Valley, had only like 6.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it was like not even close.
Yeah, you can't lose the turnover battle by that much and expect to be competitive. So
Yeah, it was
that was
kinda weird.
definitely an encouraging start.
But yeah, hopefully we do much better. Definitely wouldn't be rooting for Boise State to suck. As you could tell by the pain that we suffer every time we talk about Boise State football.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness. You know, we love to cover high school, college, or not. No, I started that wrong. We like to cover professional college, and now we're covering high school.
There you go.
So, you know, I'm a pretty big fan of high school football for Idaho. I don't know why, but I kind of am. So we just recently last week had the playoffs or the quarterfinals finish off, and now we have the semifinals. And one of the main reasons I want to touch on this is maybe a little bit biased from me, but my team, you know, the team that I used to play on, Eagle, made it to the quarterfinals, and they're just one game away from state. And honestly, hopefully they win, but definitely don't want to be biased. But just doing a recap for the first round.
Hopefully my team wins, but I don't want to be biased.
Yeah, that's how it is. Especially after we had devastating losses in the playoffs for my 2 years that I was there. It was horrible.
So
I'm
were
like,
you the problem?
yeah, maybe. Dude, the thing is this is so funny because for Eagle, we thought because we had Ben Ford, who if you were from Idaho or like were into Idaho sports, you know who Ben Ford is. Ben Ford was like he was our quarterback and he was the player of like the year unanimously for Idaho, and he ended up committing to Boise State, so he plays here. He's a safety now, or no, he's a receiver now.
Okay.
But we actually saw him at the BRC. Remember, I pointed him out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It was like the first time we ever met. And you're like,
Yeah.
hey, that was my high school quarterback.
yeah, and then I was like, yeah, he was Idaho Player of the Year, and I'm like, oh yeah, just
Shout out
casually
BRC.
name dropping that. Yeah, shout out BRC, meeting all the people there. But Yeah, so he was the team essentially. I mean, he essentially painted himself in that picture. He was really good. He was really fast, but we ended up suffering two awful losses. But after losing him, everyone thought that Eagle was going to suck. But they have a new quarterback named Jack Benson, and he's good. He can run it. He could throw it.
Nice.
He doesn't turn the ball over much. He's a kind of essentially, this is an unpopular opinion, but he's like Ben Ford. Like he can run a 70-yard touchdown anytime, but he can also torch you with a 70-yard touchdown pass. And actually, one of the receivers actually committed to Fresno State.
Nice.
I was like, oh dang. But yeah, enough of that. For the first round, Meridian beat Madison, which was kind of an upset because Madison has been dominating and been the father child or the father figure of Meridian for the last couple years. I also do not like Meridian. I'll put that out there for Millennium because I went there for 1 year and I hated it there. But I really wanted them to lose, but Capital beat Lewiston. I mean, that was not really a shocker. Eagle beat Bora, also not a shocker. Highland beat Skyview. That was actually a close game. Kind of surprised Highland squeaked out a win because Skyview played really well. Meridian upset the undefeated Mountain View. And Mountain View, absolutely. So you don't know this, but I'll kind of fill you in. The main teams in Idaho are Rocky, Mountain View, Eagle, and that's basically it.
Okay.
And like Coeur d'Alene and Rigby. And so Rockies always for like the last couple of years they had like 3 undefeated seasons or whatever. But for some reason this year Mountain View is always the second best team. They were the best team and they defeated everyone. And they got upset like
Except Meridian.
yeah. Well, they beat everyone up to this point.
Yeah.
And then this game, so they played early on in the season and it was a close game. They lost Meridian lost by a field goal. And it was a pretty good game. But this game was even close. This was like 48-3 like Meridian and Mountain View was supposed to heavily beat them. Like they were
Wow.
heavily favored. It was pretty crazy.
3 sounds like my high school scores.
And it was like
Not in a good way.
yeah, that was it always sucks to have a bad high school team, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
But and it was at Mountain View too. Mountain View was all
Jeez.
swagged up with their black uniforms and then got absolutely crushed by Meridian. I don't even know. Rigby beat Capital, and Rigby is really great. They're the team that we went 2 years in a row, played Rigby at Eagle, and we lost both times. And they're like a 6-hour drive, so it was horrible. Rigby beat Capital. Capital wasn't that good. Eagle upset Coeur d'Alene. Did not really think we were going to win this one, but shout out to them. And Highland upset Rocky. And I talked to you about this earlier. So Highland was down 21-3, and
What point in
somehow
the game were they down 21-3?
I think it was like halftime.
Jeez.
Like it was crazy. Like I don't know how they came back from that. Did not think they were, especially because Rocky's really great, like a really great team as
Yeah.
well. But the Highland kicker made a 55-yard field goal.
Nuts, man.
Dude, I was like, what? And then
That's insane.
someone asked Jonah Dalmas, who's the kicker for Boise State. He went to Rocky 2 years ago, and they asked him how he felt, and you could tell that he was excited for the kicker, but he's also like, yeah, but that was against my team in the playoffs. Kind of eliminated for the playoffs, but it was kind of funny.
55-yarder in high school. Do you know what year he is?
Dude, I don't know. Get him a scholarship right now.
Right now.
Dude, I don't even know. That's pretty insane, honestly.
You'd think he's going somewhere if
Dude,
he
he
can do
has to.
that.
If you could kick some college kickers can even kick 55-yarders.
Some NFL kickers can't.
Yeah. Dude, like I don't even that's
Not to
insane.
mention in crunch time, like come
Yeah,
on.
That's that shout outs to them. But now going on the semifinals, Highland at Eagle, which should be a good game. I'm actually gonna go there. I was offering for
Is
you to
that
go there.
the one
but I
on
didn't wanna
Friday?
drive. Yeah.
I have no car.
I know.
It's a shame.
If I could,
Dorm life.
dude, I have to like I would drive you to
It's
watch
just
this
not.
game.
It's just not
Yeah,
worth it.
I would have to drive all the way to Boise,
It's
back
like
to
40
Eagle.
minutes, isn't it?
And I
Right.
live like 2 minutes. I literally could walk to Eagle High. That's how close I am. Like
you have to drive here, back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not.
it's like a 2-minute walk for me to get there. So I wouldn't
That's what
want
you got to
to.
do.
Yeah.
Move out into the apartments over here.
And then, dude, I want to
There
do
we
that.
go.
I've wanted to do that so much, but yeah, that game should be interesting. I really wanted to watch that one, especially since they're one game away from the. They
Yeah.
actually play um, the state championship for high school plays at the on the blue field.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty cool. Hopefully, I could get into that game for free since I work here.
Yeah.
But and then we have Rigby at Meridian, which should be a pretty good game. Meridian don't like Rigby, also don't like the best of two. I would say Meridian because I feel like Eagle could beat Meridian. I don't think Eagle could beat Rigby because I feel like they just have their number.
Yeah.
I feel like some teams always just have their number. Like you just can't beat them. But yeah, that's high school playoffs for you if you weren't updated, but should be interesting.
All right. Let's talk about Odell Beckham a little bit. So, cut by the Browns after all the videos and the tension or whatever. And did you see the video of Odell dancing in a Halloween costume and Baker like shaking his head at him?
Oh yeah,
Where he's like dancing in the Michael Jackson costume, and
yeah,
you see Baker in the background just like shaking his head. Like
that was so funny.
I don't know why he dislikes him so much, but anyway, he cleared waivers. Nobody wanted to pay him. What was it, like $7.5 million for half a season,
I'm
which
kind of surprised.
I
honestly.
think $8 million for half a season. I
Dude,
understand.
the Lions could have picked him up. I'm surprised the Lions didn't actually.
Wide
make a
receivers the
move, I don't
least
know.
of the Lions' problems at this point.
Dude.
They have so many problems. Anyway, he cleared waivers. He can now sign with whoever he wants. Rumored preferred teams include the Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Packers, and I'm hearing Patriots.
Yeah.
But he's also talked about how he wants to be on a contender. So the only real ones of those that match would be the Rams and the Packers. And he said, supposedly, he explicitly said he wanted to be a Packer.
Yeah.
So it seems to all add up perfectly. But it also seemed to add up to take, a wide receiver, a D tackle, and instead you traded up for Jordan Love. So who knows
Dude,
if it's actually going to happen.
And we all know we don't sign free agents on the Green Bay Packers. When we do, it's Jalen Smith, and we have him for 1 week.
Right.
Did you see that?
OBJ, my first pick was, I think I said it on the show, was to the Raiders.
Yeah, I like
they
the
just signed
Raiders.
Deshaun Jackson, so
I don't think they're going to sign him anymore.
I feel like they might be out on Odell.
Yeah.
I think it's between the Packers or the Patriots. The Patriots would be, I don't know if they're necessarily a contender, but they have a efficient quarterback, and he'd be the wide receiver 1. The Packers are a contender with a great
He'd
quarterback.
be wide receiver 2, though.
He'd be the wide receiver 2, but he might get more run as the wide receiver 2 on the Packers as the wide receiver 1 on some other teams.
Yeah.
So-
Honestly?
And imagine what that does for Devontae.
Yeah.
That opens up so much. I will not tolerate any OBJ slander. Okay, he is still a great receiver,
I agree.
and he gets way too much hate. But I want to see him on the Packers. I don't want to see him on the 49ers. We can't utilize him properly. I think it's best for him that he stays away. As much as I've wanted him in the past, we can barely get the ball to the guys we have. So,
Yeah.
and we're not a contender. So
Unless he could throw the ball. Oh, he did. He did
Hey,
throw like that 80-yard ball.
he threw a bomb to Saquon
They
one
s-
time.
They signed him as quarterback.
But yeah, I think him and the Packers is perfect. But
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, he can come in and snipe it
Finesse.
at any time. But
I think regardless, if the Packers sign him or not, I think that they're still going to make the playoffs. If
Yeah.
the Patriots sign him, I think they're definitely making the playoffs. I don't know if they will. They probably will, I guess, without him. But with him, I definitely think they're a very solid
I think
contender.
he'd be huge for them.
I think that's a huge
'Cause
thing
they
for
signed a
them.
few receivers, but none of them are like really wide receiver 1 capable.
Yeah.
Odell is.
Well, didn't they just lose N'Keal Harry, too?
Yeah, I mean,
He wasn't that good though either.
that
was
doesn't
like their
doesn't
only-
move the needle too much.
Yeah,
Because they got Myers, Bourne, and Aguilar. I think those are the main 3.
and it's like, bro,
and they
what?
utilize the tight ends quite a bit. So it is a
Yeah.
little bit crowded, but Odell would definitely be the wide receiver 1.
Well, I mean, since they have Hunter Henry and
Can we get
Is it
Jacoby
Johnny Smith?
Myers a touchdown, by the way?
Who?
Jacoby Myers. He has the most receiving yards in NFL history without a touchdown.
man,
He has
how
no
many,
touchdowns.
How many yards does he have?
I don't remember. It was quite a bit, though.
Man,
And he caught a touchdown a few weeks ago and it got called back. So
wow, of
get-
course,
And he caught a 2-point conversion the other week, too.
man,
Get the man a touchdown.
dude,
But
that sounds like me in flag football. I'd
He
always
has
score 2-point conversions.
he has over 1,500 yards and no touchdown.
Bro, seriously?
Yeah,
That's like unheard of. Like,
I
what
know.
in the
Well, yeah, it's the
world?
most ever. So
Dude, that's
anyway,
insane.
that's Odell.
Well, um, for Odell, I feel like we got to think of it this way too, because he didn't directly say that he wanted to go. Some reports are like 50-50 on if he actually wanted to go to Cleveland, if he didn't.
Right.
But if he actually did want to go to Cleveland and he hated it there, that kind of makes me concerned about going to the Packers and then hating it, because it's a small market, because it's Wisconsin, Green Bay.
Yeah, but I think a big part of that was Baker, and
Yeah.
not only is Baker infinitely worse than Aaron Rodgers, they just never got on the same page. Like, it's not like
Uh-huh.
Baker's terrible. They just were not on the same page at all,
Mhm.
and for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. So
Well, like,
I have a hard time feeling like a receiver will be unhappy with Aaron Rodgers, but
yeah.
you never know.
Well, like, he had a pretty good connection with Eli Manning as well.
Yeah.
And they did have a slumpy year, like his last year in New York,
Hmm.
but that was when they fell on decline, was after they traded him, I feel like. So maybe, I don't know. As a Packers fan, I definitely want to see him on the team, but will it happen? Probably not, but in my opinion.
It's got to, man. Anyway.
He probably will end up on the Patriots, knowing the Packers, dude. They'll probably let him slip away for like a. They'll probably sign him for like a $2 million contract, super cheap, like a
Most
absolute
likely.
robbery.
Most
The
likely.
Packers are like, bro, why didn't we sign him?
Speaking of the Packers, we'll go into our next topic, which is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my.
Let's prepare ourselves here. So Aaron Rodgers tested positive. We found out he wasn't vaccinated, so he missed the game. I don't think he's 100% confirmed to play this week, is he? I think it's still somewhat up in the air, but I would assume he's trending towards playing.
Yeah.
So he went on the Pat McAfee show, which he goes on every Tuesday, but he made a special Friday appearance and talked for about 45 minutes, basically his side of the story, and then Pat and the crew asked some questions. And it was crazy. It was, I woke up, and the first thing I do when I wake up is check Twitter, which is probably bad, but it's what I do. And it was blowing up. Everyone was like super mad at Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, what happened? What did he do? And okay, one of the memes I saw was pretty funny. It was like Aaron Rodgers heard that the vaccine would protect his family, and he said no way. But anyway, he talked about being allergic to an ingredient in both Moderna and Pfizer, and not trusting Johnson & Johnson after it got pulled. And if he stopped there, I think that people would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't stop there.
Yeah. He does no filter.
He hit all of the trigger words, bro. He hit cancel culture, woke, left, right, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He hit every single trigger word. Now,
Play Aaron Rodgers bingo.
right. I am a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I love Aaron Rodgers. And this may be an unpopular opinion. I don't really care what other people do, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world to me what he does. I think he probably should have been more upfront and transparent about what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to stop liking Aaron Rodgers just because of this, though. But yeah, it's he says all the teammates knew of his decision, so that's a good thing that he
Yeah.
let them know that it's not going to divide the locker room or anything. But hopefully he recovers, he gets back out there, and yeah, I don't really want to go any further than that, just out of caution.
Honestly, I'm gonna take a big leap here. Show of unpopular opinions. I honestly think I don't care. I personally don't care if he get vaccinated or not vaccinated. Do not care. I don't know, but I feel like with him, well, good for him because he didn't want to do it. I mean, I feel like the NFL is basically essentially forcing people to do it at this point. You can't.
Which I can understand. Like,
Yeah.
so I have it, and I was skeptical at first,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, I was like, a lot of people are going to be requiring this, and it's just not that big of a deal. I'm just going to do it. So, like, that's kind of my whole thought process. Like, I don't know if it's not taking it seriously. I just don't care what other people do
Yeah.
as much as a lot of other people care.
Yeah.
So,
Just think about yourself first.
right.
But
So,
I feel like the NFL's super forcing it, which is kind of I don't like. apparently he's not allowed to have any endorsement deals or any deals if you're not vaccinated. Which I'm like, what
He's
does that
got
have to do with
State
anything?
Farm.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't seen a commercial after that.
Something came out that said State Farm's not going to drop him.
Yeah, but I don't because the NFL, I swear, it said wherever I read it, it said that you're not allowed to have any deals
Hmm.
with anyone or
I didn't
any
see that.
commercials or anything if you're not vaccinated. Which I'm like, if that is true, what does that have to do with anything? What?
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
his choice. I don't necessarily agree with all of the logic he used.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he had a overall just a
But
decent
the allergy
response.
and the not trusting Johnson & Johnson after it got yanked, that is reasonable to me.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
anyway.
I feel like like you said, some points were on point. I feel like he did spit straight facts. I feel like he stayed.
My favorite thing he said, I loved when he said, I didn't get the vaccine, so the right is going to champion me and the left is going to cancel
Yeah.
me. I don't care about either of them.
Exactly.
I love that. That was great. Okay.
What other response could you have? Like that, I feel like that was the best response to that.
And he's totally right.
Yeah,
Like that is what the right's going to do. That is what the left is going to do. And he doesn't care about either of them.
yeah,
I
because
love
he
it.
just did his own thing. He didn't like fall into like
He
political
talked-
lines or anything
And
like
he
that.
talked about how politicized the vaccine became, which is very,
Uh-huh.
very true.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm very in the middle. I don't
Mhm.
really like either side. So when he said that, it made me real happy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like regardless, you kind of got to respect him for because he took something that like he took a step that most people didn't expect him to do, but like I don't know.
We're being a lot kinder to him than most shows are.
Yep, dude, people are like,
Packers bias.
dude, oh my goodness, Stephen A. Smith, I liked him, dude. He straight up said that I don't like he was very high on the Kyrie Irving thing, and people were mad about that. Where he was like, Kyrie Irving should essentially like lose everything that he has because
Yeah.
he didn't do it.
Stephen
but
A.
like,
Smith is
he's super
he's
like
been a little out
passionate.
of pocket the last couple of
Yeah.
years.
But like he was super. He's like a huge Packers fan, or like no, not a huge Packers fan. He's a huge Aaron Rodgers fan.
Yeah.
And he was like, Aaron Rodgers should leave his team because of it. And I'm like,
Right.
what? But
It's Aaron Rodgers, bro.
It's whatever.
He's the
Yeah.
most talented quarterback ever. It's not going to happen. So.
yeah. And
Anyway.
moving topics.
Speaking of talented
Dude, yeah,
quarterbacks.
moving on from the fake goat to the real goat.
Yes.
We got Mike White.
I
Mike White.
love this dude.
Dude, Michael White is the GOAT. So, Jets, if you've not heard, the Jets just named Mike White the starter for this game. I don't know who they're playing, not gonna
Bills.
lie.
It's the Bills.
The Bills. Ooh,
Off of a loss.
dude, if they beat the Bills, Mike White the GOAT. He's the next Tom Brady.
If they beat the Bills, just trade Wilson. Just trade him,
Dude,
honestly.
I'll actually touch on that with the Bills, what I think, but dude, I don't know what they're gonna do because what if in a perfect world Zach Wilson or Mike White does do really good? What do they do? Because
what do you do?
they used a second overall pick on Zach Wilson and they hyped him up so much. Like, what will they do?
I really have no idea. I mean,
Oh my,
I don't know. Mike White's only 26.
yeah, like it's not like
He's, I mean, assuming he's a good quarterback and he's mostly a pocket guy, he's got a long time left.
yeah, but like the thing is too. Everyone was hyping over Taylor Heineke after he won that one.
That
or
is
he
true.
was close on that. He
this
didn't
could
win,
be
but
a Heineke thing.
this is what I think he most likely will turn out to be is a Taylor Heineke.
I still love Heineke though.
Yeah, I mean I like him too. He's not as great as I kind of expected him to be after that.
I think
game,
he's gonna
but-
be a Fitzpatrick type guy. You know,
Yeah.
bounce around, be a bridge guy. But
Uh-huh.
he's definitely
He's not bad.
he's
I
an
mean,
NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
But he's not a franchise quarterback.
exactly.
So listen. What we saw from Mike White, he's a franchise quarterback.
Mike
can he
White.
can he keep it up?
I don't know.
It's hard to imagine. But even in the Colts game, he was 7 of 11, 95 and a touchdown before he
I
went
know.
out.
like
And then Josh Johnson came in and played well. So I guess every quarterback is good for the Jets except
except for
Zach
Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold.
I'm not rooting against Zach Wilson. I liked him a decent amount coming out of college. He was 4th on my quarterbacks board personally. I just don't know what they do with him if Mike White's good. I mean, you can't bench Mike White if he does it again.
I know, dude. I don't. Okay, the Boise State side of me doesn't like Zach Wilson. The mountain.
That's understandable.
The thing about being from Idaho, Utah area, or like being around this area makes me like him and hope that he succeeds for more future chances. But like, man, I don't know. Like using a second overall pick, I feel like you have to start him. But if Mike White is so great, like
I don't think you can bench him if
I
he
don't think
does
he
it
could bench
again.
him. Just play both of them at the same time. Play two quarterbacks. Man, I don't even know, dude. Mike White,
I'm
greatest
really
quarterback
excited.
ever.
I'm really excited to see what
I
happens
hope
here.
he does
I think
good.
we're gonna have a lot more information next week after he makes another start.
Yeah, and like, what's also Zach Wilson? They said, quote unquote, that he's not 100%, but Zach Wilson was expected to start because
Yeah.
he should be fine by this point. Like, they, I think they're just saying that because that's what they said with Lamar Jackson when they started him. They said Joe Flacco wasn't
Mm.
100%, but Joe Flacco could have easily started. They just didn't want to
The
start him.
whole in San Francisco, actually, the quarterback injuries are a little fishy right now.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy got hurt, and it's not that serious. And then the next press conference, it's super serious, and Lance sprains his knee in the Arizona game, and it's getting worse the next week. And then the next week, he's fully healthy and ready to go.
Yeah,
but on
like,
the bench.
what? Yeah, I don't, dude. I don't even know.
Who knows?
But Mike
Anyway,
White is the goat.
I'm
That's all we
excited
know.
to talk about this next week.
Mike White, the goat. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Speaking of teams like the Jets, we'll tie it in somehow.
Yeah.
There were a lot of big upsets from worse teams over better teams this week. The Broncos absolutely dog-walked the Cowboys. That game was never in question.
Yeah.
The Cowboys made it look a lot closer at the end. It was like 30-0.
Mm-hmm.
Like and with Dak too.
Yeah. Oh,
The Jags beat the Bills 9-6, which is awesome. That's hilarious.
dude, what in the?
The Giants beat the Raiders. The Titans dominated the Rams. What happened? And maybe an upset. The Cardinals with Colt McCoy.
Dude, that was insane.
So no Kyler, no Hopkins, no AJ Green, no JJ Watt, no Chase Edmonds. He went out in the first quarter. Beat the brakes off of the 49ers.
Man, I want to know. What if they had Mike White in that offense?
Hey.
Mike White in the offense, they score 100 points.
Possibly. I mean, the way the defense looked.
Dude, I don't know how Colt McCoy wasn't really that good. I'm not a fan of Colt McCoy. I don't think he's really that
He
good.
hit a 50-yard dime, though.
Dude,
it was beautiful.
I don't know how the Cardinals won that game. Not gonna lie.
Because the 49ers are not good.
Dude,
We have a coach who is not good this year. We have a quarterback who's not very good. I don't care what the stats say. He's not that good. And he's making $27 million, so he should be good.
Yeah.
He wasn't the reason we lost against Arizona, but I don't think he's ever been the reason we won a game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And for $27 million, I want a little more than that.
Mm-hmm.
The secondary is like a swinging door. Same with the offensive line. Yeah, it's rough over there, but
Yeah. And this is coming from a 49ers fan, by the way.
yeah, that's probably the season right there.
Yeah.
3-5, heading into a game against the Rams off a loss.
Watch them upset the Rams.
I don't know, man. If you lose that, you're 3-6, 0-4 in the division.
Yeah.
Just start Lance, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't start Lance this year and you wait to start him next year, he's not going to be very good in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
You're committing to having quarterback problems again next year. Let him be Josh Allen. Let him work it out now and improve. But anyway, that's totally off topic. What's going on with these upsets right now? Like,
Dude.
all in 1 week.
I'm just saying, it kind of seems a little bit less and less, or a little bit more and more like the NFL is rigging these games.
Oh, my.
Okay, I don't think, most
There's
of me,
one game this week where I can...
90% of me says the games aren't rigged, but there's also that 10% that says, are these? Because, like...
That watched Monday Night Football.
Because you're telling me someone placed a bet that the Jags were going to beat the Bills. Like,
Yeah.
if you did that, you're insane. Like, definitely
Poor
that was...
genius.
Las Vegas won that game. Or, like, the betting, bettors won that game. Like, the people who were...
The sports books were eating on Sunday. They were eating good.
Like,
Yeah.
the Broncos, Cowboys, that seemed kind of sluggish because I felt like Dak Prescott coming back after
I still didn't
everything.
expect that.
I know. Did you see their jerseys? That was kind of cool. Or, like, their uniform where they had, like, the red, white, and blue stripes.
Mhm.
That was actually kind of cool. I saw that, and I'm like, That's not what their helmets normally look like,
Nah.
is it? I'm like, I haven't watched the Cowboys game, so I mean,
Yeah, I feel like all of these you could have made a case for, except for Jags over Bills. That's
mm,
insane. That is
dude, six
Josh
to nine
Allen.
too.
Josh Allen owned Josh Allen.
Yeah,
That was
and
insane.
Trevor Lawrence got out in that game. He got injured and
He
he came
wasn't.
back.
He wasn't even very good.
Yeah, like I don't. It was. I don't know what happened that game. That was a clear. If I had to,
Sometimes every team has a bad loss.
now that's
Every
two.
contender
That's
doesn't
two for the
always
Bills
have
now.
two. You know.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of concerned. Like I'm
Although the
because
Steelers are looking less like a terrible loss. I mean, it's still a game you want to win, but the Steelers have looked not bad.
well,
This is bad.
wait, did the Bills beat the Dolphins last week, right?
Yeah.
That was also a very close game. They
It was
almost
close
lost that
until
game.
the very end. Yeah.
Yeah, like so they've had a questionable, almost lost game. They lost to the Titans. I think it was they lost to the Titans. Played the Bills or no, played the Dolphins. Then they
All right, they have 3 losses now.
have 3 losses. They lost to the Titans. I think then they played the Dolphins, almost lost. Then they lost right now. So I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about the Bills. Not gonna
And
lie.
now they have to go play against Mike White.
Mike White,
They are
dude. If
dead.
Mike White is
What if
all
he's
that
actually good?
dude.
There's
I-
a chance.
Dude, I hope he's
I
good.
don't know, man.
If he beats the Bills, we have to put that to rest. Mike White is the GOAT, better than Tom Brady,
Oh yeah,
without a doubt.
yeah,
20 Super Bowls going to the Jets.
yeah.
He did what Tom Brady
There
can never do.
are a lot of games this week that looked mismatched too. So we will. There might be another big upset week. We'll see. But
Dude, I don't even know. But like you said,
here we go.
the Bears versus the Steelers. What was going on in this game? My goodness. If you watch this game, oh
was
my
bad.
goodness. You
It
know
was
what I'm
bad.
talking about. Before I even say anything, just saying Bears, you probably already know, or Steelers. But man, some of the worst calls ever. You thought the what was it? Why am I blanking? The Rams versus Saints PI call was bad.
Oh,
That was still
that
bad.
was bad.
That was still bad.
That was
yeah,
really bad.
I know. But this game was like that call the whole game. Dude, there's so many calls that were so horrible against the Bears. And I'm a Packers fan. I don't really like the Bears, but like
So there was a play where Fields got hit 3 times in a row, or a series of plays where he got hit like 3 times in a row, or maybe it was 2. But I only think one of them should have been roughing.
yeah.
One of them he went as a runner and gave himself up super late, so there's nothing really the defense
Yeah.
can do. The next one was roughing. That was bad.
Yeah, like-
and the taunting was maybe one of the worst calls I've ever seen in any sport.
Dude, that was so horrible. Like so
He was 30 yards away from that sideline.
I know, and then when he
Ref
hit the ref,
Hip checks him.
that was so dude, the ref had his hand on the flag.
I think he
ready
was
for him-
already going to throw it, but I don't know what that was.
He was ready to throw it already. He bumps he makes his like he intentionally runs into the like defender, then
Yeah.
throws the flag.
I think he was already going to throw it because of the staring at the sideline. But even that is crazy. Like, I don't know, man.
Bro.
I hate what's happening to football right now. Like, there's no emotion allowed. You can't stare at a sideline 30 yards away. Like,
Dude. Like if you
by
if
the
you
way,
score,
TJ Watt did the same thing earlier in the game,
yeah, and then he didn't flag him. Like,
which they shouldn't, but they shouldn't have
Yeah.
flagged Marsh either. Like,
dude, like you can't you're
here's
telling me you can't fist pump? If Tom
Right.
Brady fist pumps, he's not going to get flagged. If someone else does it, you're going to get flagged. And it's so stupid.
although they're hitting everybody. Like they got DK for a taunting at one point, and he's like
My
one of the
goodness.
NFL darlings. Like, I think that here's my philosophy: if you're not touching anyone, you can say or gesture whatever you want. Like, why
Yeah.
not? I mean, why not flex in somebody's face? Why not tell them that they're too small or something? Who cares? It's a
It just
very
makes it more competitive.
they are putting quite literally they are putting the future of their life on the line every day to play this sport and entertain us, and they can't have any emotion. Like they just have to go out there and give all of their effort and hit each other, and like they're making their money off of this, and they can't even celebrate.
Yeah, and especially if you to get to the NFL level, you have to be passionate about football.
Right.
And they're telling him not to be passionate about football. Like that's
Passion is one of the most important things in this game. Like,
yeah.
just It's just ridiculous. Imagine these rules around when Brian Dawkins was playing.
Dude, I don't
Dude would be
even.
kicked out of the league.
Yeah, like, dude, and then some of these fines too. Like, dude,
Yeah.
did you see that CD Lamb got fined for his socks being too low?
Yeah. What?
Bro, what in the
That's
world?
ridiculous. He got fined for waving at Jalen Mills, didn't he?
Yeah, that was like a taunting, and I'm like,
Yeah, walk off touchdown in
man,
overtime. He gets shoved late in the back, so he waves at his former rival, and he gets fined.
man, dude, that's so
That
stupid.
type of thing should be celebrated.
And you
That
got,
type of thing is gonna draw in new fans for the
yeah,
league. They should be pushing taunting
they had
and
highlights
not
like that.
calling.
They
Right.
had highlights all over TikTok and everything about him waving, and that was so cool.
I
That was
want
so
to see
sick.
people I haven't watched a WNBA game in so long.
Mhm.
I watched WNBA highlights because I saw this girl like on the ground and this other girl like gets all in her face like and like almost flexing on her like
Man,
right in her face. I'm like, that is awesome. That is great. You can't even do that in the NBA.
yeah, dude, I don't
Because
even.
if you do it in the NBA, you get a tech.
Yeah, but
NBA is soft. NFL is becoming soft.
dude,
This
I
is why
don't
college
even.
basketball is the best sport in the world.
Yeah, like, I I don't even know because like, why, what? I liked it when they allowed the taunt or like the celebrations in the end zone and stuff like that because you weren't allowed to do that beforehand.
Oh, also, that reminds me. Why can you not stare at a sideline 30 yards away, but the defense can get an interception and sprint across the entire field and post up in the end zone? Why is that okay?
Yeah, like,
That takes more time. That's more disrespectful, which
uh-huh.
I'm not saying it shouldn't be okay. I think it's hilarious, except for when you do it in the Super Bowl and blow the lead. But um,
Oh
as
yeah.
long as you're not touching somebody, you should be fine. Like,
Yeah,
obviously you can't like push somebody or whatever, or like I don't know.
I
But
still do
like what
that.
Winfield did to Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl,
That
like
was
getting his face.
funny.
That's
Just
awesome. We need that kind of stuff in the game.
when he said that, I was envisioning that the whole time where he just props right in front of him, he goes, and just
That's
like drops it.
that is awesome. Yeah.
Man,
I
like,
don't know.
dude, I don't even know because why? What do they get out of like penalizing these players from doing that, discouraging them? What does that do?
That doesn't bring anything good.
Yeah,
Like
like
the fans hate it, the players hate it. I assume most of the coaches hate it. I I don't
man,
understand it. I really. What is the goal here?
I think, I think if you make the refs as minimal as possible, football will be much better off.
So there is so I'm a Niner fan. So a lot of what I see on Twitter is 49er stuff.
Yeah,
People whine about the Super Bowl all the time about how like
of
Bosa got
course,
held
that
and
was their
stuff like that.
peak.
Listen, he
They
did.
peaked.
He did get held a lot, but there's also just as many pictures of us holding them. The way they refed the 2019 playoffs all throughout was perfect. It was
Hmm.
incredibly consistent. They missed, okay, they did miss a few calls, but you're going to miss some calls. And I don't think any of them were game altering, really.
Hmm.
There was a big hold, the 3rd and 15 play, the bomb to Tyreek that kind of
Yeah,
changed the whole game. Bosa got held, but we roughed Mahomes a couple times. They didn't call it. We held Frank Clark a couple times. They didn't call it. The way they ref 2019 was great. Like they let him play. It was mostly consistent. It was great. Like people will blame the refs always, but it wasn't the refs.
hmm.
Like, I don't know. And
2020.
they were as minimal as possible
Yeah,
in that playoffs.
dude, 2020 on the other side.
Yeah, it all went downhill after that.
Dude, there's probably videos. If you have me on Snapchat, which you probably don't, but there's so many videos on Snapchat about how I was ranting about those flags during the game because, dude, they called pass interference when the dude swapped the ball. Like, what are you
Yeah.
supposed to do? Let him catch the ball and
The
then
one on was that the one on Jalen Johnson?
yeah, like it was. I think it was like 10-0 at that point, and it
Yeah.
was like if they wouldn't have called that play, it was a lopsided game. But because that would have given the ball to the Chiefs. If you wouldn't have had that
Oh,
or like that call,
I thought you were talking about last night or Monday.
no, like the Super Bowl last
Okay.
time. If you wouldn't have had that call, it would have been a much closer game, and people would probably have watched it much more if you didn't
Yeah.
have those calls.
Yeah.
Like that game was so lopsided for calls that it like
Although I
by
can't
the end it did.
I can't give him too much credit because in 2019, one of the weakest offensive pass interferences I've ever seen got called on a bomb at the end of the half.
Man,
Best throw of Jimmy Garoppolo's career taken away for a stupid penalty. But I digress. Anyway,
Yeah. I think my favorite call, my best call, I think the most 100% unbiased call. The Saints, Rams, 2017. Grade A. Best pass interference, no call in my life.
Yeah.
Best, dude. Who could look at that play and say that wasn't a PI?
I don't
My
know.
goodness. That guy got straight up clothesline before the ball was even out.
The refs are bad. I understand having a human element, but it's bad. Like, it needs to be better.
Man,
I
oh
don't
my
know.
goodness. And okay, before you say anything, I was a ref for Little League, so I know it's
I was
hard.
a ref too.
Yeah.
I ref some basketball and football games.
It's hard to be a ref, but like
It is.
if you suck that bad, you should be in trouble for that.
Refs should have to be held accountable when
Yeah.
they mess up.
Exactly. They can't like
A player messes up, he gets a fine or he gets benched or cut. A ref messes up, nothing.
like you can't like
This
give them
is
all the power.
especially with umpires in baseball too.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, some of the
Angel
umpire,
Hernandez.
Dude, some of them are so horrible. There's one ball,
Hernandez still gets playoff games too. Like
dude. Like there's one ball out like it was like a mile away
Yep.
from the strike box, and it was like, dude, it wasn't even close. It was 100% a ball, and they called it a strike. And they're like, bro, what in the world?
hockey refs are the best refs.
Yeah, dude.
Easily.
Well, they even let them fight, so that's even nicer. You
Hoc-
already get bonus
Oh,
points.
I love hockey.
Already get
We need to
bonus
talk about
points.
hockey next week. Anyway,
Dude, exactly.
you want to get into our game picks real quick?
Oh, yes.
So we can maybe we'll actually be on time this time.
I know,
All right.
right?
I'll just list the game and then we'll both give our pick.
Yep.
So,
okay, sounds good.
Oh, we're doing Thursday night this week.
I don't know why. I mean, it will either look stupid or look really smart. Because, as you
Yeah.
know, we record this on
Wednesday
Wednesday.
afternoons.
We should
so.
actually maybe. What if we did it live on?
We should go
Wednesdays?
live. One of my
That'd be cool.
friends said he wanted to call in. So,
Ooh, that'd be cool.
all right.
That'd be nice.
Ravens at Dolphins.
I'm gonna definitely go Ravens. Ravens almost lost to the Vikings, but the Vikings aren't that
It was a
bad.
comeback,
But like,
though.
I don't know. I think Lamar Jackson. I don't know because he had 2 interceptions that game, so he kind of
did.
hurt them, but he also helped them out with the touchdowns.
Yeah, he early he was struggling for
Yeah.
sure, and one of the interceptions was an incredible play by the D lineman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was also the reason that they won the game.
Well,
He was great.
That's my biggest gripe with the Ravens. I'm going on a tangent here. Lamar Jackson hurts him, but also helps him at the same time, and that's why I was like, is he elite? Is he not? Because he hurts him and helps him. Like,
I'm a big
don't know.
Lamar guy.
yeah.
Love that.
We
dude.
we agreed with the whole argument that we had
Yeah.
a while ago. We need to bring back some debate and stuff.
Agreed. Okay, I'm also going Ravens. This doesn't even really feel like a trap game. This just feels like a blowout.
Yep.
I don't know. Falcons at Cowboys. Falcons are a little hot right now.
Dude, there's no way. I already told you I'm not picking the Falcons the rest of the year, regardless. Younghoe Koo with another game-winning field
Stud.
goal
I love that
was
guy.
like, I know that the Falcons are known for choking leads. Not this
Can't
time.
believe they didn't.
I know, right? Younghoe Koo is a goat.
The Braves won the World Series, and all of a sudden the Falcons can hold a lead.
I know. They were even up 3-1 and they didn't choke it
I know.
twice. Or no, they were up 3-2. in
3-1, then 3-2, and then
Yeah.
they closed it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So you're going Cowboys?
Yep.
I'm also gonna go Cowboys.
They ain't dropping 2 games.
I like picking teams off a loss. Usually, I like picking well-coached teams off a loss, but
yeah.
Kellen Moore, he's a good coach.
Dude, he should be their
He should be the
head
head coach before they
Yeah.
lose him to Chicago or something. But
Not because we're from Boise State, but
no,
definitely
It
not.
has nothing to do with it.
Nah.
Anyway, so 2 Cowboys there. Saints at Titans.
Saints at Titans?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say.
Oh, sorry, I'm reading.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, I'm gonna pick Titans. I think the Titans. I even called that last week. I said the Titans are still gonna be good without Derrick Henry.
You did,
But
yeah.
man, that game was also kind of.
We're gonna have a disagreement here. I'm gonna go Saints. I think we get the good Saints this week. I think we do.
You
It's a
think-
gamble, but
Who is it? Trevor Simeon? You think Trevor Simeon's gonna beat the Titans?
I'd rather have Taysom in. But
Is Taysom still out with the concussion?
he played last week.
Did he?
They rotated a little bit, and
Oh.
after Taysom got in rhythm, Simeon got put in and threw a pick immediately, and then played the rest of the game. I don't know what
Man.
Sean Payton. He's figuring it out, but
What
I'm
in
gonna go
the-
Saints. I think we get the good Saints. I think their defense is gonna shut them down.
Sounds good.
Jags at Colts.
I would
mean-
say
There's no way, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Colts.
Like, there's no way they do it again.
Jags beat them 3-0.
Honestly.
Man,
Yeah, I'm also going to go Colts. I think it could be close.
maybe.
Browns at Patriots. This is probably the game I'm most excited for this week.
Yeah. I definitely think the Patriots are going to win this game. I don't know. I kind of like what they have going with Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they win. They're my type of football. I always love when I play like pickup games and everything. I'm a huge fan of moving the sticks. Don't go for huge plays. Only go for them
runs and efficient
occasionally.
passing.
Yeah, I love my running game. I love moving the sticks, going for 5-yard plays at a time.
They're a little conservative on fourth down for me, but
yeah.
you know.
Well, that's the one thing I would change. I would be more aggressive. If I was a coach, I would be very conservative with moving the sticks, 5-yard plays. You know, because you win games if
Because
you
the
have
thing
that.
is, when you do that, you set yourself up in a lot of fourth and shorts, which you can get. But
And then it's like, that's what I would do. I would be super conservative on 1 through 3. Then on fourth down, I would definitely go for it most of the time.
I thought we were going to disagree, but I'm also going Patriots. I like him at home here. Browns off a big win. I just like the Patriots here. It'd be super sick if they signed Odell and he played, but that's probably
the Browns
not going to happen.
re-sign him.
No,
That's
not
what
the Browns.
That's what I thought you meant at first. Oh, Mike, man.
The Pats. All right.
Well, he's not going to
Bills-
play if you sign him. I don't think he's going to play this
I
week
know.
because he still has to
That's
get
why
the
I said it was
playbook.
unlikely, but
Yeah.
you never know. Bills at Jets. I know you
Dude.
want to. I know you want to do it.
You know what? I'm going to do it.
You're no way.
Mike White.
You're actually gonna pick the Jets.
The New York Mike Whites are going to beat the Buffalo Bills. I'm telling you right now. Just
I
change
love
the
it.
name. Change the name.
I
New
love
York
it.
Mike Whites. Say it with me. New York Mike
New
Whites.
York Mike Whites.
Yep, they're going to win.
Has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm gonna go with the Bills, but I would be happy to be wrong. I'll say that.
Dude, if they win, if I get that pick right, man, I was almost close on that Giants Chiefs.
That's true. That's true.
Dude, I don't know.
All
I
right.
always have a tendency to call the one huge upset game. Maybe it's
That's
because
true.
my picks are crazy, but
All right, Lions at Steelers.
dude, you can't pick the Lions. The Lions are
The guy who just picked the Jets.
yeah, 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
You can't pick the Lions. Like they're
You know what's funny?
winless.
Last week is the week that the Lions would have got a win. Like it was the upset week, and
Yeah.
they were on a bye.
Dude, even if last week didn't show you that the Steelers can could easily been beaten, but still win, then I don't even know. If
Yeah.
not,
I think they're still decent. They're definitely gonna be one of the teams that's, I think, sweating it out the last few weeks trying to get a playoff spot. I think
don't
they're
know if
gonna
they're
be in
gonna
that. I think they're gonna be in that hunt.
I don't know if they're gonna be sweating it with all these refs calling them, but I mean, they're gonna make it a breeze.
Yeah. So you're going Steelers.
Yep.
I'm also gonna go Steelers. I just think they're gonna run it all over them, and you can't pick the Lions. You really can't.
Yep.
All right. Bucks at football team.
Bucks. No,
No
nothing
explanation.
else. Yeah, nothing else needed.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Okay. Panthers at Cardinals.
I will say Cardinals. Is Kyler Murray back? I don't think it really matters.
I think he's trending towards being back. I don't know if it's for sure yet.
I don't think it really matters actually.
Yeah, I don't either. Darnold's out. Might be better for the Panthers.
Oh my.
Who knows?
goodness.
Maybe PJ Walker can hit a stride here, but
Is CMC back?
yeah, he
Okay.
played last week. It
They
wasn't
still
like a
lost.
normal CMC workload, but
Man, it's crazy.
yeah, Darnold's terrible. Anyway, Vikings at Chargers. This one I'm excited for.
I know this one's good. You know, this one I was kind of debating. I could see the Vikings winning, but I don't think they realistically will. I'm gonna go Chargers.
You know, I have here click the Chargers. I think I'm probably going to change it to the Vikings.
I could see the Vikings.
There's a
winning this
good
game.
chance I change this again before the
Yeah.
game, but the Vikings are off 2 losses, and I mean, I think this is really, I don't know if it's their season, but I think this is really a must-win for them. I think this is huge, so I'm going to take
Yeah.
them. Chargers just barely beat the Eagles. It just feels like the Vikings need to win. Speaking of the
Mhm.
Eagles at Broncos.
I don't know. The Broncos have been very inconsistent, and so have the Eagles.
Yeah.
I will say I kind of like Teddy Bridgewater. I think I told you that I'm really high on Hurts. Not
Yeah,
so much anymore.
I'm not.
I really like Teddy Bridgewater though. I mean, I think I'm gonna lean towards the Broncos.
Okay. I have a little bit of an upset pick. I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
I don't think it's really an upset. I mean, it could be go 50-50.
On my pick'em thing, it says 23% are on the Eagles, so
Wait, seriously?
it's unpopular.
Oh,
Yeah. Only 20% on the Vikings.
wow. Wait, seriously?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
12% on the Saints.
Wow. Wait.
Anyway,
Wait, who are the Saints playing again?
at Titans.
Well, yeah, I expect that one.
So I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I don't like either of these teams, but I really don't like the Broncos. I really don't like Vic Fangio.
I don't like
And
Vic Fangio, but I like the
think
Broncos.
last week was a fluke.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm gonna go Eagles. Seahawks at Packers. Russell Wilson is somehow already back.
Well, okay, Russ is
Dude is a
back.
machine.
Aaron Rodgers might be back.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I do not like the Seahawks. I am not
Believe it
ashamed.
or not, I don't either.
Dude, I'm still traumatized from that playoff game that we should have gone to the Super Bowl with, but a horrible Brandon Bostic botch. My goodness.
Yeah, that was bad.
Dude, I still
That was a
hate you Seahawks.
collapse.
I wish I could beat you every single week. I hope the Packers could beat you every single week 100-0, and I would be happily fine to watch every single second of that game.
Me too.
I'm going to pick the Packers. I mean, I don't want the Seahawks to win. I hope they don't win, but who knows? If Aaron Rodgers comes back, I think realistically they're going to win. I'm still going to pick the Packers, hoping that he does. If
Yeah.
they don't, I don't think they can win.
Yeah, same here.
We should have picked up on talked about Jordan Love, but who else?
Oof. Might be a good thing that we didn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Packers too. I think Rodgers plays, and I need a big bounce back from Aaron Jones this week.
Yep.
Chiefs at Raiders. I feel like we're gonna be on the same side of this one.
Raiders?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, yeah. Dude, they almost lost to the Packers with Jordan Love in.
Well,
My
the
goodness.
Raiders did lose to the Giants,
Yeah. True.
so I'm just gonna go Raider. I mean, they split last year and played them close both times.
I think
Chiefs got a little bailed out in their win last year. You remember there was that horrible dropped interception by the Raiders in the end zone.
Oh my goodness.
I just think the Raiders are going to bounce back, and the Chiefs are off 2 wins that they really didn't deserve at all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Raiders.
Is that it? Is that all the games?
Monday night,
Monday night? Ooh.
Rams at 49ers.
I don't know. I feel like the 49ers could upset. Is it going to happen?
Probably
I think
not.
so. For the sake of picks, I'm going to pick the Rams, though.
Yeah, I'm going to this game.
You are?
Yeah.
Hey.
I have to pick the
sick.
49ers. I'm going.
Yeah.
I get to meet Steve Young.
Seriously?
We are
Bro.
So my dad went to this, like, I don't know if every team does it. The 49ers throw like a party before the year starts, and there's like an auction, and there's a bunch of alumni or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, you're telling me that
Right.
with your dad.
And so he got us 4 tickets to Monday Night Football, Rams at Niners,
Man.
and a tour of the ESPN on Monday Night Football set led by Steve Young.
Dude.
So I get to meet one of my favorite players of all time and watch my team get smacked by the Rams.
I'm
but
jealous.
I'm going, so I'm gonna pick us.
You got to
So
record it. Is it
Oh,
at 49ers?
it is.
Dude,
I've never
man.
been to Levi's.
Seriously?
That's
crazy.
I've never been to a San Francisco home game. I've only been to 2
Mm.
NFL games, and both were San Francisco at Seattle because I
Seriously?
lived in
Oh,
Seattle.
sick. I've been to 2. It was at Rams, Packers at Rams, and Packers at Cardinals. First Cardinals game got blown out. The Rams game, we should have won that game. It was a horrible dropped fumble on a game-winning drive,
Mm.
but
The
I
first time I
regress.
went was the game that Thomas Rawls had like 250 yards.
oh
So
dang.
we got shelled. The second time, we went for it was a Christmas present for me from my girlfriend. Actually, shout out to her.
Man, she bought you tickets?
Not only that,
I need a girl like that.
they
Dang.
were like 3 rows back from the field on the goal line. And you know what goal line that was? That was the goal line. It was 2019, week 17,
Man.
where Dre Greenlaw made the goal line stop. I was right
Seriously?
there. Right there. It was incredible. It was the
Dude,
best night
I
of my
remember
life.
that play.
It was the best night of my life.
Man. Dude, honestly, I'm not a fan of
Won
goal
us
line.
the conference.
I'm not a fan of goal line seats though.
I'm usually not either, but when it ends like that,
Man, yeah, well yeah, of course, but
I
Man,
saw a
that's
view
insane.
directly down there.
Imagine
and
if you're on the other goal line.
that would suck.
That would suck.
That
but
would, and bro, we sat there
man.
for 15 minutes waiting for them to make a call because we didn't know if Hollister
Yeah.
scored, if he was short and tackled, if he fumbled and Ward housed
Dude,
it.
that was
'cause
crazy.
I don't know if they showed it on the broadcast, but the ball squirted out at one point and Ward took it all the way to the end zone. Bro, despite all of the threats, despite all the food thrown, it was a great night.
Dude, that was crazy.
Anyway,
I didn't even know you went to that game. That's sick.
yeah, so I get to meet Steve Young and see the Rams probably beat the 49ers. But
Yeah.
can I just get some Trey Lance, Kyle? Please.
Well, hopefully. That'd be cool. Dude, if they win that game, that'd be sick.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah. I
All
feel
right.
like is it all?
I think that's all we got.
Oh yeah. So that's all. That's about all the time we
We'll
have for
talk about
today's.
college football next week
Oh yes, we definitely need to.
because
But-
Oklahoma is ridiculously disrespected. That's all I'm gonna
Dude,
say.
I actually really love Oklahoma.
They're 8th.
I know how.
How are they behind Michigan State? And
Dude, Caleb
I
Williams.
don't believe in
love them.
Cincinnati at all. Cincinnati
Yeah.
should not make the playoff. I'm sorry. You can't. Ugh, I'm sorry. They barely beat Navy.
I
They
know.
barely beat Tulsa.
Man,
They haven't played
that's
anybody.
a debatable topic because everyone loves Cincinnati at this
Do you
point.
think they should make the playoff? That can be our debate next week if
I
you
don't
do.
know. Maybe. Yeah, we could
Alright.
definitely. But so you have to tune in. Tune in for
Yeah.
debate and stuff next week. We're definitely gonna have one next week.
Definitely.
But we'll just decide on the topic. But on behalf of Carter and I, we'd love to say thank you for listening to the Sports and Stuff show. Thank you so much. But make sure to follow us on Instagram at sportsandstuff.show, Twitter at SNS_show. That'll be ran by Carter. And on TikTok at Sports and Stuff Show. Also, make sure to listen to every new episode next Friday, or every episode on Fridays from The Pulse, and from 12 to 1 p.m. on Fridays. And also on any podcasting forum after the show has gone live. Also on YouTube, because we're rolling out on YouTube as well.
Oh, nice.
So thank you again for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.